So in this video, we're going to show you how to install the transmission in your washer. So we're going to take our transmission, insert the shaft up through the seal. Now in your machine there may be a bearing seal. In this one it's primarily just a tub seal to keep the water from the tub out from this area of the machine. Now we have it in place. We just have to put our bolts in. We may have to turn a little bit to line up. Now these are screws designed to go into plastic, and this is a plastic tub. So whenever you put bolts or screws into plastic like this, you'll want to just back your screw up counterclockwise a little bit till you feel it drop into the threads, and then you can tighten it up. If you don't do that step, you're going to wind up cutting a new set of threads into that plastic, basically weakening that area. So just back it up a little bit till you feel it drop in, and then you can tighten them up. Now we were able to go right ahead and tighten the last one, then go back around and tighten the other three. Now we just need to install our components. We'll start with our motor. And we'll tighten those up. We may as well connect our electrical. And we may as well push our retainer for our harness into the transmission. So now we'll install our capacitor. Again, push in our harness retainer. Put our splutch together. Put our spring back on. Line up our pins into the slots of the transmission. And just rotate it till they lock in place. Now this is the clutch or splutch on this machine. Your machine may have a different style of clutch that's either mounted on your motor or mounted directly onto the transmission on the upper end, but on this model, that's the way this one gets installed. So now we have a pulley to put on. And we have the nut, and we would want to put a little drop of blue Loctite on those threads, and we'll tighten that up. So to tighten that up, I'm just going to again just put my belt on there and take hold of it so I get a little bit of gription. There we go. Seeing as I have the belt in my hand, we may as well put the belt on. Now I'll put our actuator back in place. I'll connect my harness. So then we just want to make sure that this goes into this receiver for your splutch. Now our belt cover. So now our transmission's in place. We're just going to stand this machine back up on its feet and we'll put the upper section back together. So now that we have the top up, we're just going to secure it in place. I use a strap. You may find it easier just to have your machine in a position where you can lean the top against the wall, whichever works the easiest for you at the time. So now our first step is to put the drive lug back in place. So we're just going to lower that over our transmission shaft. Doesn't hurt to give that a little tap just to make sure it's well seated. You don't want to pound the daylights out of it. So the next step we're going to do is put the wash tub in place. So we'll just lift our wash tub. Set it into the machine. Drop it down into place. We'll take our lock nut. Thread it down, and now we'll tighten it up. So if you are doing this and you don't have the special wrench, you can get by with just using a flat wrench, putting it into the slot and hitting the wrench. So our next piece is our agitator. Set that down over the spline. Next we'll be putting our agitator bolt in place, and you want to check and make sure that there's a good O-ring washer on it. Fabric softener agitator cap is next. Snaps into place, and now we just need to put our tub ring cover on. So when you go to set your tub ring in place, you want to make sure you have it lined up right. And it's important to make sure you have this area here lined up in the corner that your bleach dispenser is. You wouldn't want to have it in the wrong corner, or when you put your bleach in, it's going to go all down over your machine. And then just push it down so that all the little latches are in place. So now our next step is to lower our top back in place. I'll remove my strap. So now we just need to put the screws in the back. So our next step is to put our little excess cover on. So now we just need to put 2 screws here in the back. That secures the top. And again, they're 1/4 inch as well. So now it's just a matter of reconnecting your machine, hook up your hoses, plug in the power cord, and your repair is complete.